We all know from listening and chatting with you that you're very much a reflective person. You spent all off season, I think, doing a lot of self-reflection, a lot of finding yourself, a lot of figuring yourself out. And you've done that in the off season. I think that is something that is about you that everybody who knows you understands about that. The last 4 days or whatever, since you came on Friday, where you spoke for 46 minutes or whatever about your feelings and why you chose to do what you do, the reaction afterwards, is that why you chose to lead off with that? Did you feel as if people thought you were maybe tone deaf to the entire situation of COVID? Is the response from Friday what you expected, what you didn't expect? And at this point on a Tuesday, are you excited that football is potentially the conversation going forward?
I'm definitely excited that football is in the conversation. I'm not, just going to gloss over the last few days. I also, and people that know me know this is true, I'm not spending time reading things that are out there. I know that there's a lot of stuff out there. I know there's been a lot of comments said. I understand that this issue in general is very charging to a lot of people because we're talking about public health, and I totally respect that. I made a decision that was in the best interest based on consulting with my doctors, and I understand that not everybody's going to understand that necessarily. But I respect everybody's opinion. Go ahead. You got a question?
Yeah, the doctors that you consulted with. Dr. Joe Rogan and which other doctors?
Look, I have a lot of admiration for Joe. I definitely talked with about a dozen friends of mine who dealt with COVID, and they all were very helpful in different ways, Joe being one of them. But again, that's the society we're in. Again, I have no judgment. This is, hate is not going to bring us out of this pandemic. It's going to be connecting and love. And I'm not going to hate on anybody that has said things about me. I believe everybody is entitled to their opinion, and I always will believe that. I think that it's a time to move forward for me and talk about football. I'm thankful again to be on the other side of this and to be healthy and coming out of this, because not many people, there's been a number of people who haven't been able to overcome COVID. So I empathize with anybody in those situations. I've tried to help out in ways, where it made sense, not just in Green Bay, but in Northern California. And it's been a tough time on a lot of people and been a good time for reflection for me personally.
Have you talked to anybody since you came on Friday and made all your comments and tried to clarify things a little bit? Have you talked to people since then, like on both sides? Are people trying to reach out to you and try to educate you, or like have you jumped on a call with anybody to clarify anything at least, or try to explain yourself even more?
No, I stand by what I said and the reasons why I made the decision. But not really. I've been actually doing a lot of reading. You're surprised to hear that, but I've been doing a lot of reading and watched some ball on Saturday, and obviously on Sunday watched our guys. So I've been really insulated to a lot of things, and on my own choosing to just go inward and be reflective and meditative and read. And then also, I love football. So Saturday and Sunday I watched some ball.
Okay, so last question about this whole thing before we move on to how it was for you to watch the Packers play against that Chiefs team and what you look forward to going this week and everything like that. Whenever you say you have been, inundated? Was that the word you used? Draconian last week. I think
insulated?
Insulate, whatever the case is. You've been in your own little world here, obviously. When you see reports come out that say you're upset about the reaction, and then that garners, and you might not even know this, now there's an entire news cycle happening about you being upset about the reaction to what you said on Saturday because people had an anonymous source that told them how you felt about this. Is this why you said you just try to stay out of everything because there's just so much shit that comes out about you and everything you do? Anonymous sources now, with how you reacted to the reaction of your reaction to the COVID situation, is now starting an entire news cycle and a judgment on you as a human. Do you just try to stay out of that, or do you want to maybe try to address those things? How do you handle that, you think?
I don't really feel like there's a need to address that, Pat. I mean, I've talked to a small number of people, people in my inner circle who wouldn't go on the record to be an anonymous source. Look, it's been a reflective time for me. I've had some great conversations with people, people who are vaccinated people and people who are not vaccinated people for various reasons. I respect everybody's opinion, and I don't only talk to yes people or people who, allow me to live in an echo chamber of my own thoughts and beliefs. I'm a lifelong student. I love learning and acquiring information and talking to people with different point of views than I have, so that I can understand situations and their feelings better. That's how you grow. That's how you learn. That's how you become either stronger in the points you believe in, or how you adjust your own belief system. It's only through question and study and conversation. So again, there's obviously going to be stories, but I'm not going to chase these stories down. I'm just going to get back to doing what I do best, and that's playing ball.
Okay, so it sounds like with the way you're talking about getting back into football and the excitement of getting back out there and doing your thing and watching the games all weekend. In one of your quotes, you said on Friday, the right's going to champion me, the left's going to cancel me, but I don't give a shit about either of them. Politics is a sham. In a roundabout, I don't know if that was your exact quote, but it was a roundabout. That has happened, by the way, and I don't have the ability to read or meditate, so I have been in the streets of the Twitter mentions of you for a while because obviously I'm getting tagged in a lot of them. That has happened, and it sounds like you have zero desire to continue to be a poster boy for anything like this. Is that an accurate assessment on the entire situation?
That is, Pat. I'm an athlete. I'm not an activist. So I'm going to get back to doing what I do best, and that's playing ball. Like, I shared my opinion. It wasn't one that was come to frivolously. It involved a lot of study and what I felt like was in my best interest for my body. But further comments, I'm going to keep between myself and my doctors, and I don't have any further comments about any of those things after this interview.
All right, dope. There's going to be investigations into the protocols and everything like that. The NFL will have its say. It'll continue to go because you're Aaron Rodgers, but we can't wait to watch you fucking sling the pigskin again, dude.